Have you ever wondered what to do with these book blocks when you take the cover off them? When you want to recycle your covers to make a junk journal, you're always left with these book blocks. Well, the other day I was in the Facebook group and it's Playing with Paper and Glue. And Kathy Wirt is a moderator in the Facebook group, and she's been making all these little pockets out of the pages that we've got left over in these books. And I thought, Kathy hasn't got a YouTube channel, so I thought, well, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to share her idea with you. These are so easy to make. I mean, look at them. Aren't they so cute? You can put these pockets in a pocket. You can put them in a tuck spot. So I'm going to show you exactly the way she made them. I've just added one little scoop to the top of the pocket. That's the only difference. They're identical to the way she's made them. So enjoy this very easy little book pocket tutorial. I find making these are best if you use an old Reader's Digest. You could use an old book, but I find the pages in these old books are too fragile. So when you score them to fold these over, they break. So you can use a Reader's Digest and just colour them. Just use a bit of distress ink, and you would never know that that was that colour to start with. You can also use some dictionary pages like this. This is a Pictionary. I've got some of these in my online shop. These are fabulous to use in so many different things, and that is this one. Distress ink it up, and I put a sticker on the front and you can see through that, and that works fine as well. So use what you've got. You don't always have to use book pages if you haven't got any. So we're going to start off by gluing two pages together. I'm just using the fabric glue, and I'm using this because it doesn't buckle the pages. So once I glue two pages together, they lay nice and flat. So you can do this while it's in the book, or you can do it with loose papers. You can tear it out, or you can cut it. Now I always leave that to dry before I start folding and cutting it. So I've got one here that's already dry. Another thing when you fold your pocket is if you fold it up this way, the front of your pocket is going to be upside down. So if you turn your page upside down and then fold it, the front of your pocket will be the right way up. So just know or figure out which way you'd prefer that to be. I'm going to use a scoreboard, and I'm also going to use it upside down because it's just easier for me to score this way. So I'm coming in 3 lines in. Turn my page around and score the same amount down 3 lines. I'm going to turn my page this way because I'm upside down. This is going to be my front, and I'm going to come up 3 inches, and I'm just going to fold that there. And then I'm going to put that back in the scoreboard and just score above the edge of that paper where it finishes, just so that it's easy to fold my pocket, and fold it again. Now we've got them like that. You can see your score lines on the sides. I'm going to cut off an angle on all of those 4 corners. Just turn it over. Whatever makes it easier for you to cut from the score line out. I've marked the edges with an X. that I'm going to cut off. And I'm cutting them off from the inside of the score line. So I'm left with these 2 tabs in the middle, and I'm going to fold them over. Now the reason I'm folding them in is so that I can use my corner rounder, and I'm going to put that in there and round the short one, which is my flap. Fold that in just so it's easier to get in this corner punch. If you haven't got a corner punch, just cut it with your scissors. Now what I like to do is just one step more than Kathy, is I just put the front of the pocket, so if you fold it that way, you can see there, corner to corner, and don't crease there if you can help it. Turn it around off to the side and just not right on the corner, just in 1/8 of an inch, just put a tiny little scoop there and cut straight across there. That just gives the front of the pocket a little scoop rather than be cut straight across, and that makes it a little bit easier for me to use. Now I'm going to distress ink it. That's always optional, not everybody's got ink. Now because this is the Reader's Digest and it's not overly old paper, I've got some leftover ink on my dauber. I'm just going to just age it a little bit. Like that there. You can glue the sides down and add your embellishment on the front last, or if you want to use some sewing like this one, you can put your embellishment on now and then sew it while the pocket's open. If you forget to do that, you can get your embellishment and sew on this piece of paper, then tear it out and then just glue that on there after you've finished sewing it up. There's always a way around things if you forget to do a step. But I've remembered today, so I'm going to get this and I'm going to work out. It'd be nice if I can get some of the dictionary page on there, but it doesn't matter if you don't get to see any, because I can see the dictionary page through the napkin. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the center of this. Yeah, you really shouldn't be putting any glue anywhere you're going to be stitching on your machine. So hang tight, I'll be back in a minute after I've stitched this up. Right, I've just done a little zigzag around the decoupage napkin, and while it was open, I've done a straight stitch around the edge. What I'm going to do with the stitches on this top bit is I'm going to grab the thread here, I'm going to pull it tight. When I pull it to the front, it'll form a little loop, so the thread that's at the back will come forward to the front. I'm just going to get my pin and put it in the loop and then just pull the loop through to the front. You can do that with your finger or a pin. So now I'm going to have all my 4 threads at the front instead of 2. It's just a bit more showy. So now I can close up my pocket. If you get any glue come out when you're closing your pocket, try one of these glue rubbers. They're pretty handy because you can just rub the glue off and you don't want to glue your pocket closed. What you could also do, if you don't have any dictionary pages with some napkins on them, you could use something like this sticker here. You could just stick this on the front, then put a fussy cut over the top of that. So this way it looks pretty cool. You could do something smaller. You could add numbers on it. You could do some ink stamping. There's so many things you could put on here. But I'm going to put this one on here, and whatever's hanging over at the top, I'm just going to turn it over and trim it off. And you can embellish the front no matter what your style. You can put whatever you want on there. I think they're great. Thanks for sharing your idea, Kathy. You're a legend. If you haven't seen the Facebook group Playing with Paper and Glue, head on over and let Kathy know Donna recommended you. Have a great weekend and happy creating. Ciao for now.